Hello and welcome to Halftime on the Hudson. Dare I say, the best sports talk show to ever exist. It's a new semester. We have some similar faces and some new faces. I'm joined alongside Jordan Rosen and Dave Troger. I'm JJ Garcia. We're ready to talk some sports. So let's start with two sports that are nearing their trade deadlines, the NHL and NBA. First with the NHL, they are on a roster freeze right now at 3 p.m. because the Olympics are coming up, so teams are not allowed to trade for anyone because of this Olympic lockout. But I know that there was a huge trade that had to deal with the New York Rangers. So, Dave, why don't you walk us through that?
Well, yeah, right before the 3 p.m. roster freeze today, Artemi Panarin was sent to the LA Kings. Here, alongside Jordan Rosen. Jordan, what do you think of this trade here?
Well, put it simply, it's an absolute fleece by Ken Hall and the LA Kings. Chris Drury didn't have much leverage here, but they didn't even get back a first-round pick. They got back a third, and the Kings' best prospect in Greenway, I think his name was?
Liam Greentree, yes.
Greentree, sorry. But, yeah, so Chris Drury got fleeced. He's not very good at his job, in my opinion. I think the Rangers need to fire him, move on from him. And, yeah.
Yeah, the Rangers definitely don't get a great return there. They got Greentree, a third and a fourth. They also keep half of Breadman's salary for this next season. He led the Rangers in points with 57 and assists with 38 this year. Going to the Kings. Kings stand fifth in the Pacific right now. Rangers tied 30th in the league. Panarin had his no-trade clause waived for this. He wanted to go to the Kings. So we'll have to see if this will provide a boost because they don't really have a whole lot of scoring outside of their first two lines.
Yeah, and also, before the season began, the New York Rangers offered Panarin 3 years, $11 million. Obviously, a lot has changed since then, but he declined at the time, and the Kings got him for 2 years, $11 million for the next 2 seasons following this one.
So, Brandon, I know you are a huge Islanders fan. So, do you want to see them make any moves before the trade deadline on March 6th?
Well, they already made 2 moves. One of them, a trade with Chris Drury and the New York Rangers for Carson Soucy, and they also made a trade with the New Jersey Devils for Andre Palat. I don't know if they need to do any more moves. There's rumors that they might go for Stamkos, and I've also heard stuff about other players. But I'm pretty satisfied where they are, considering also they're having a much better season than everybody thought they would. So, yeah, I think just stand pat.
And then, Dave, we talked about this earlier, the Hurricanes. They're kind of buyers right now heading into the trade deadline. So what moves could you expect out of them?
Well, one team that I expect to be selling a little bit here is the St. Louis Blues. They were the other big trade today. Not a huge one. They offloaded Nick Bjugstad to the Devils. But I think Robert Thomas is a player who will be on the trade block here. I don't think that they're going to be willing to give up Schenn. Thomas is much lower cost than giving up Jordan Kyrou or Pavel Buchnevich. With the Canes, they could pair him with Seth Jarvis or Sebastian Aho. That'd be a really strong offensive duo there. Another team I'd be looking at here is the Red Wings. This would give them a big spark after a rough stretch. They had a strong start to the season, pairing him with Dylan Larkin. And they have a lot more to give St. Louis in return for this trade.
And then, Brandon, any last thoughts for the trade deadline? Any teams you'd like to see make a move or any players you'd like to see on the move?
I would say watch out for teams like the Washington Capitals, Tampa Bay Lightning, Florida Panthers, all going to make it a playoff push. Some definitely already in the playoffs. Colorado might add something. And I would also watch with Vancouver because there's a whole fire sale going on there.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Brandon. We really appreciate you on. But there is another sport that is nearing the trade deadline just tomorrow, and a lot of trades have been happening, and that is the NBA. Most likely the biggest move that will happen at the deadline was Anthony Davis being traded to the Washington Wizards. Dave, what is your thoughts on that?
I mean, this is just a terrible PR fire sale for the Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks, after the Luka Doncic trade, have not really been having a lot going right for them. Right now, they have just lost most of their franchise pieces. They fired their coach, and it's it's not a great look for the franchise altogether, especially with Doncic doing pretty well in LA. Obviously, some injury issues, but overall, it seemed like the Lakers definitely won that one.
So to kind of combat that, I will say for the Mavericks, this, in my opinion, is a good trade for them to do because they're kind of setting up for the future and getting a team around Cooper Flagg. The last 3 games, Cooper Flagg is averaging 40 points per game, so he is going electric. He's going to be the Rookie of the Year. But I kind of like what the Mavericks are doing. They're getting rid of the very injury-prone and a huge contract that Anthony Davis holds, and they're getting 2 first-round picks for that. They're also bringing in Chris Middleton's contract and stuff like that. But I really like what the Mavericks are doing in going full in on Cooper Flagg because that is really their main focus. And Jordan, I know that there was another huge trade, and that was James Harden. So how do you feel about that move for the Cavs and the Clippers?
Well, JJ, James Harden, he's declared or asked for a trade now for a 4th time in his career. Pretty unbelievable. He just can't find a home where he can really thrive. And for the Clippers, it seemed like they were turning a corner with Kawhi Leonard. They had a rough start to the season, but recently have been playing unbelievably, winning 14 of 17, I believe. But now he's on the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavaliers give up a few picks as well as Darius Garland. And I think this could benefit both. Garland has showed flashes of being pretty solid for Cleveland. And now he's in LA with Kawhi Leonard. But overall, I think the Cavs have won this trade. James Harden has had success other places, and he's joining a team with with Donovan Mitchell, where he can really thrive.
So is it safe to say that this trade is kind of the Cavs going full in on win championship now instead of kind of allowing their pieces to move around? Because James Harden is 36 years old, so he's getting up there in age. So I feel like this is kind of the moment for the Cavs and the Cavs organization to be like, we're going to win right now. We need this win now. Donovan Mitchell, he's getting older and older, and James Harden will be able to take some shots away. I do think it will kind of be a little hard for this Cavs team to like move around and get used to him being on the team, but I think this just means the Cavs are all in on this year.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, they currently sit at 30-21. Now, I think the Cavs had a little bit of higher expectations headed into this season as they were the 1 seed last year, losing early to Indiana. But I think now that they've got James Harden, you could clearly say that they're all in and they're trying to improve this season, make a playoff push. Dave, what about you? What do you think about that?
I mean, I think it certainly puts a lot of pressure to perform on Cleveland. It's also a good move, in my opinion, for the Clippers, getting Darius Garland, the 2-time All-Star here, as well as a second-round pick. It's definitely a decent payoff, definitely much better, I would say, than the AD trade. And it puts both teams, I would say, in a pretty decent position here.
Yeah, 100%. Still to go. The trade deadline does end tomorrow. There's still some huge names being thrown around. Giannis Antetokounmpo is in the trade rumors right now. Still nothing going yet. But one of the teams he was projected to go to was the New York Knicks. And the New York Knicks are on fire right now. They've won 7 straight games since Jalen Brunson had a players-only meeting. They're just playing great basketball in general. Either of you want to take that?
Well, yeah, I mean, the Knicks, they were at 25-18 just 7 games ago, and it looked like this season might be in trouble, but since that team talk, as you mentioned, held by Jalen Brunson, they've won 7 straight. They've been dominating teams, and obviously you're going to look at Jalen Brunson, clutch player of the year last year, led this team to where they were, but the Knicks would not be where they are without OG Anunoby. He's been incredible on both ends. What a two-way player, and in his last 5, he's averaging 22 points. He's just been great for this New York team.
Another man to mention is McCall Bridges. He came out and said that he was not being coachable. You don't normally see that from professional players anymore, them coming out and saying they're not coachable. Since he said that, he's averaging 20 points per game, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 58% from the field. And it's just electric to see that. And also, just as a team, 7th in points per game, 1st in three-point percentage, 3rd in offensive rebounds per game, and 2nd in rebounds per game. The Knicks are just playing immaculate right now.
Well, yeah, additionally to that, another team elsewhere that is really performing well, the Charlotte Hornets. They drafted Con Knippel, 3rd overall this season, and to me, he has one of the highest floors in this draft, and he's been incredible so far this season, averaging 20 points per game. And from the three-point land, he's been just incredible. I mean, shooting 40% on over 8 attempts per game. Very impressive. And he's led this team to where they are. They're about 500. And moving forward, they could be very dangerous. A young team with some fun players, and they're must-see TV, JJ.
Yeah, they're must-see TV. Their team chemistry is also through the roof. They actually went to Con Knippel's house to have a team dinner. You don't normally see that from NBA teams. His mom invited the whole team over. They had a team dinner, and their just chemistry is altogether just so well-rounded. They have 4 players averaging over 15 points per game. If you are not watching the Charlotte Hornets, you have to right now. And then also, I feel like we have to mention them. It's the OKC Thunder. They are dominating basketball right now. There really isn't much more to say. They're first in the NBA in points per game, defensive points allowed. They are just all over the place and really just dominating the NBA.
Yeah, they were compared to some of the all-time great teams. I remember at the beginning of the season, an incredible start, around 27-1, I think. And then they fell off a little bit just for a minute, and it seems like people kind of forgot about them. But they're one of the top teams right now. They're really strong all around, and it's hard not to see them being a factor at the end. Right now, they're 40-11, and 2-game win streak. Last 10, they're 6-4. But overall, I think they're getting kind of back on that train where they were at the beginning of the season. I expect them to make a deep run here in this postseason.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, the Thunder, mostly what you just said, Dave. I mean, they're led by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the MVP from last year, of course. They won a championship last year. It feels like they can't improve much, and they came out of the season just unbelievable. People were comparing them, like you said, to maybe break the record for all-time wins. Now, they're not going to do that. They've already passed the loss mark of the 2016 Golden State Warriors. But this team, it's just really hard to see them lose. The only teams I could really see making some noise in the playoffs, San Antonio Spurs, they've done pretty well in the regular season against them, but this team is just so deep. But a big factor, their star, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he will be reevaluated with an abdominal strain after the All-Star break, so he's done until the All-Star break. Now, that is relatively soon, but still, something to look at. This Thunder team can slip a little bit. Other teams make some runs, could get interesting.
Yeah, they added some depth with Jared McCain, trading for him earlier today. But we've talked a lot about these two leagues, NHL and NBA. But I think we got to highlight the biggest game, maybe in sports history. It's the Super Bowl. We have a few students from Marist there covering it this week, but it's the Seattle Seahawks versus the New England Patriots. So I would like to hear both of your insights on it. So Dave, why don't you lead us off?
I mean, coming into this season, I expected Rams taking on the Broncos. Obviously, both teams falling in the divisional round, but I have been really impressed with the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks team has kind of, in a lot of people's eyes, come out of nowhere. I thought they would be decent this year. I expected maybe a lower seed in the wild card. I did not expect a 1 seed and just a tear that they've been on. They've been incredible. Cooper Kupp has really been meshing here. And Sam Darnold, I had a lot of questions about him coming into this season, especially with how he was going to be in the postseason. But he's proven me and I think every other doubter wrong.
So before Jordan goes, what's your prediction? How do you think this game will finish?
I think the Seahawks take this. I would expect a somewhat decent margin. I think this Patriots defense is very good. I don't know about the personnel per se, but I think it's a very well-coached defense. But there's only so much that you can coach and prepare for when it's such a high-flying offense with players such as Jackson Smith and Jigba going around, Cooper Kupp as well. Just the running game all around, and the Seattle O-line is something that doesn't get talked about enough. The protection for Sam Darnold has been immaculate, and Kenneth Walker out of the backfield, really good shipping, the tight ends as well. Everybody's contributing, making sure Darnold doesn't get hit, not seeing any ghosts this postseason.
100%. Jordan, what are your thoughts? I agree with Dave fully, the Seahawks. I love the Seahawks. I think the Patriots' offense has been a little lackluster in the playoffs, but what are your thoughts?
Well, yeah, I like a lot of things you said there, Dave, especially about Sam Darnold. And I can agree with you. Going into this season, I was like, Sam Darnold, is he going to be able to play to the level to take this team to the Super Bowl? And he has, along with an incredible defense. But moving on to New England, this team has even come out of nowhere more than the Seattle Seahawks. They were well under 500 last season, picking up a top pick. But with quarterback Drake May, they've just been unbelievable. But in the postseason, Drake May, not up to the standard as we've seen in the regular season. In the regular season, an MVP candidate up there with Matthew Stafford. But Drake May, so far in the playoffs, just in that conference game against obviously one of the top defense, Denver Broncos, but just 86 passing yards. Against the Seattle Seahawks offense, you're not going to be able to throw for 86 passing yards and win this game. This is not Jarrett Stidham. This is a team that is complete. And I think I agree with the both of you. I see Seattle coming out of this one with a victory. And I think I'm going to go with the homer pick, 20-20, time winding down. Jason Myers, the Marist alum, steps up and kicks the game-winning field goal for the Seahawks to win the Super Bowl.
100%. It's going to be very interesting to see how that ends. Maybe the Seahawks will actually run it on the 1-yard line this time, but who knows? But with that being said, let's move on to prove your point. Hello and welcome to Prove Your Point. If you don't know how this show works, we will have two contestants debating certain topics. But first, we have to introduce our contestants. So first, he might be 0-2, but he's the self-proclaimed GOAT. And this man, his name is not Dave Chernin. I called him that last time. It's Jonathan Chernin. Jonathan, how are you doing?
How are you doing, JJ?
Good. How about you?
Pretty good. Ready to take a dub.
Are you?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So, last time you were on this show, I might have defeated you in a little bit of a pretty close battle.
It was rigged.
I don't know if it was rigged.
It was rigged.
We won't say that. But I did beat you. I did call you David last time, so I'm very sorry for saying that. I made sure to fix that this time. But you say you're the self-proclaimed GOAT. What do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, I'm technically 2-0, and those two losses that I had, it was from a studio audience that didn't really know ball. So I would say now we're in a position where hopefully the studio audience can actually get it right. And I'm the GOAT because I'm 2-0.
So thank you for actually saying that, because I did forget to mention that in my pre-intro stuff. There is a live studio audience all around in the control room, working the cameras, two people sitting on the couch to my right. But they will be voting on who wins each round, and after that, we will put the votes together and declare our winner. So you're looking to defeat the undefeated 2-0. He might have walked through the wrong door twice, but it is Dave Troger. Dave, what is going on? Seriously? Wrong door again? 3 times? Do you think this is like normal? Do you think this is normal? This is a professional show. You have to be better than that. Come on, sit down.
Who won? Who won? He's mad.
Don't say that.
He's mad. I won.
Stop.
He's mad.
Stop.
He's mad.
We're done.
He's mad.
All right. So, we're going to start this off. We know the Winter Olympics are happening right now, but there is something that some people might say is more important, and that's the World Baseball Classic happening on March 5th. There's a lot of teams in this. Japan did win it last year, defeating the USA. So, who do you think is going to win the World Baseball Classic this year?
In 2026, I think the winner of the World Baseball Classic is going to be the Dominican Republic. I think they win the World Baseball Classic because they got Juan Soto, Fernando Tatis Jr., Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Manny Machado. Like, those are some elite hitters in the game, and that offense, who's stopping them? Juan Soto last time around hit 400, 2 home runs, 1,500 OPS. Soto in the playoffs was great for the Yankees. So Soto's great with big situations in the big games in general. That's where he's done best. So the fact that the DR has Juan Soto this year all in, and adding on to that, they got Vladdy Jr. And Vladdy Jr. last time around, he didn't play. This time, he's all in for the WBC. At one of the best hitters in baseball. Pitching-wise, they're not as good as some other teams, but they still have Christopher Sanchez, who got some Cy Young votes. Brian Bayo, who was pretty good for the Red Sox last year. I don't know if there's a team that's going to stop the DR, to be honest.
Well, I have a couple, because I believe this one's going to be down to the USA taking on Japan. And personally, I like the U.S. to get their first title since 2017 here. It's Paul Skeens' first Classic. Garrett Crochet, Chris Sale. It's a really strong pitching rotation, which, as you said before, is definitely a weakness for the DR. Past that, the DR, a lot of insurance problems coming into this, depleting the roster. They're missing arguably their biggest weapon in Ellie De La Cruz. They might not have Diaz either. And I can't really see this team competing with the Yankees. You're talking about big game presence. Who has more than Aaron Judge? Him paired with a high on-base percentage squad. He's got players like Bobby Witt, Cal Raleigh, Ernie Clement, Kyle Schwarber. It's a much more complete team all around. for the DR, I wouldn't expect another first-round exit, but I don't think they're deep enough to compete.
You see, I think they are deep enough because I think their offense in general has a higher ceiling than the U.S. Like, Aaron Judge is great. Bobby Witt Jr.,
Blue
great.
18.
Kyle
Set,
Schwarber,
go.
great.
Yes, offside.
But
Let's
at the end
go.
of the day, Juan Soto, Fernando Tatis Jr., Vladdy Jr., those guys, they've all played in the Dominican Winter League a bunch of times. They've played with each other so many times before, where the U.S., they're going to have to figure out a bunch of culture things because these are a lot of guys that have not played together. The DR, these guys basically grew up together playing winter ball and all these other leagues. And Juan Soto, I mean, granted, Aaron Judge is a great player, but Soto, the combination between Soto, Guerrero, and Tatis, in my opinion, is well above what Aaron Judge is.
Personally, even if you somehow make the argument that Juan Soto is actually better than Aaron Judge, I don't think you could possibly say that this roster is deeper than the American one. The American roster is so many more hitters. Everywhere you look, it's home run potential, and not just home run, it's on base potential. There's a lot of strikeout risks here on the DR roster, on their entire lineup, and past that, just the pitching differential, I don't think they're going to be able to overcome it.
The thing is, it's not like there's bad pitching in the DR because these are all guys that have been successful throughout their careers. Now, jeez, okay. But I think the offense is what carries the DR. And if you think about Juan Soto, he's someone that can change a game in a second. And Soto's been one of those guys. If you watch what he did in the playoffs in 2024, he single-handedly took the Yankees to the World Series. This is something that this guy has done throughout his career. At the age of 19 in the 2019 World Series, Juan Soto was a beast. Soto, he was one of the biggest reasons that the Nationals won the World Series. And he did all that at a young age. And this has been the story throughout his entire career. He has carried teams. I truly believe that Juan Soto is going to carry the Dominican Republic alongside the other guys that he's got around him. Because here's the thing. The thing with Soto is when he has people to hit behind him, he's great. And he's got Guerrero. And think about it with the Mets last year, right? Pete Alonso, great player to hit behind Juan Soto. But this time around, Guerrero's even better. So Soto's not going to have the issue of having to walk as much. Soto's actually going to be able to hit. So we're going to see Juan Soto play at his highest potential.
So actually, let's go off of that Juan Soto. You both made very good points on that. But let's go off of the Juan Soto piece and Pete Alonso piece. The Mets did lose Pete Alonso this offseason. So, Dave, will the Mets be better or worse this year? They had a good offseason, but what do you think?
I mean, obviously, it was a terrible finish to the year last season, and I don't know that there's a way to justify that with last year's roster, but that's kind of a testament, if you ask me, to how good that roster was. I believe this is a downgrade. The Mets missing the playoffs was awful with the second highest paid roster in the league, but losing Pete Alonso, whether degrading or not, he's a huge loss for this locker room. He's a fan favorite and also a team favorite. Then add in Bo Bichette. He's a great hitting addition, but he's not always great in the field, and it is really hard to see him outplaying Jeff McNeil on defense, who a lot of people forget is also a two-time All-Star with a .370 on-base percentage. He's not a bad hitter, and he's a very strong hitter in the field as well. I would expect Bo Bichette not really to be living up to the hype in terms of that. Mark Vientos also moving to first base, taking away another strong arm.
Jorge Polanco will be playing first base.
That's not confirmed yet. They currently have a competition between the two. And right now, it just feels like they could be making a lot better use out of this roster.
I mean, I think obviously it's a huge disappointment for Met fans to lose Nimmo, Alonso, McNeil, and Edwin Diaz. But the big thing with last year is the pitching came up short and the defense came up short. Granted, Bo Bichette, defensively, there are some concerns there, but he's there for his bat because you still need those guys that are there for their bat. But you added Freddie Peralta, who is an ace, top 5 in Cy Young voting. You added Marcus Semien, who won the Gold Glove this past year. And Jorge Polanco, also for offense. And then Luis Robert, great defender. They added him for the outfield. So overall, you're shoring up the defense so much. Granted, losing Diaz, it's not ideal. They wanted to keep him. But I would make the argument that Devin Williams, at his best, can be at least somewhat close to what Edwin Diaz was for the Mets. Like 2024 in the postseason, I don't know if you remember, Edwin Diaz wasn't all that great. He was great last year during the season, but I don't really think that the difference is that big between Devin Williams and Edwin Diaz. And on top of that, I think the Mets are a better team because you also have Nolan McLean in his second season. So not only do you have those pieces that you added, but you also have those young players, those young stars that are going to get even better. And then you also have players like Carson Bench, who is going to compete for a spot in the outfield and could actually be a big piece for the Mets this year. So I think overall, they tried it for 7 years with Pete Alonso, Jeff McNeil, Brandon Nimmo, and nothing happened. They didn't win the World Series. They didn't have many deep playoff runs. The only one was really 2024. Now you've added a bunch of pieces that make the Mets better in different ways. David Stearns talked about defense, but he managed to improve the defense as well as keep the bats in the lineup.
It's such an inexperienced outfield that historically is not only unproven, but proven badly. I don't think that this outfield has any chance of stopping any of the high-powered national teams. Like, imagine this team in their position a couple of years ago. I don't think they're doing anything against the Dodgers if they can't catch in the outfield. Like, do you want Bo Bichette as the guy who's trying to save your potential season here? I don't think he's the guy that I want on the wall.
All right.
Well, I mean,
All right, I'm going to cut you both off. You guys both made really good points, once again. But I would like to remind everyone, we do have a live studio audience voting on who will win, so no bias here. You won't get robbed again. This is a real live studio audience. Would like to say thank you to all of them. But our final question for Prove Your Point today. There has been a lot of debate about this recently in the sports world. There's been a lot of confusion about it. The Hall of Fame. This year, the class came out. Bill Belichick and Robert Kraft both left out of the Hall of Fame. What are your guys' thoughts? Who was the biggest snub? Was it Belichick or was it Robert Kraft?
I think the biggest snub was Bill Belichick. I mean, if you think about him, obviously Kraft is an owner, but Bill Belichick was the architect of those teams. He was the coach. He was the general manager. These were all things that Bill Belichick did. Also, most Super Bowl wins as a coach with 6. Most Super Bowl appearances as a coach with 9. Granted, there was the Deflategate stuff and a bunch of other controversies, but I don't think that's a reason to hold him back from the Hall of Fame because the NFL loves money, and that's the one big thing. And who brought them more money in the 2010s and earlier than Bill Belichick and Tom Brady? As much as I don't like those guys, as much as Bill Belichick may not be the most ideal human being either, based off of what he's done, there's no reason to deny him of the Hall of Fame as a coach when you look at his track record. There's really nobody better.
Well, Jonathan, you mentioned Bill Belichick as the architect of this team. I don't think that's true at all. In the 5 years prior to Robert Kraft buying the New England Patriots, they had gone 19-61. That is a .238 record. In his first 5 years as owner, Kraft took the team to the playoffs 4 times and had a Super Bowl appearance. 33 years before Kraft bought the team, the Pats had only had 4 total playoff wins. Now, after 32 years as the Pats owner, chairman, and CEO, all 3, the Patriots have the highest win percentage in all of professional sports. They have 11 Super Bowl appearances, 6 wins, 20 division titles, and 10 AFC championships. With the appearance this season, he has now made the Super Bowl with 4 different starting quarterbacks and 4 different head coaches.
Now, 9 out of those 11 appearances came with Bill Belichick as coach. And
Nope.
What?
They did not.
They did not? Well, how come Bill Belichick had 9 appearances as a coach?
Because he had 2 of them on other teams.
Oh, you got me on that one. My bad. But other than that, Bill Belichick, as a coach, what he did for the Patriots, the reason he had so much power, obviously, Kraft made that decision, but he chose Bill Belichick for a reason. Bill Belichick, his football IQ is through the roof. And what he did for a guy like Tom Brady, when Tom Brady was a younger player, a lot of what Brady's done and the fact that he got a chance, you can thank Bill Belichick for.
Yeah, but you also have to keep in mind that Bill Belichick wasn't the sole perpetrator for Tom Brady. And also, Kraft has gotten teams together that can win without a superstar quarterback like that. I mean, how many GMs can you say made a team that is able to make the Super Bowl with Drew Bledsoe or even Tony Eason? Bledsoe obviously not in the Hall of Fame. Eason has the unfortunate record of being the only quarterback in NFL history to start in a Super Bowl and not complete a pass that game. There are 16 total owners in the NFL Hall of Fame. None of them have 6 Super Bowls as an owner besides Robert Kraft. The only other member of the Hall of Fame with 6 Super Bowls in total is Dan Rooney, and only 4 of them where he was the acting GM. There's also multiple in with 0. I don't see how you could possibly justify admitting a guy who has 6.
All right, I think we do have the voting coming in from our live studio audience. I hope. Actually, I can't have bias, so I'm not going to say anything. But maybe you won't be undefeated today, or defeated, and maybe you won't be undefeated. I do think we are getting the voting coming in from our brand new helper, Brandon. So, Brandon, thank you very much. Oh, okay. Oh. Thank you. All right. It was very, very close voting. The first round about the World Baseball Classic, Dave won that one by 2. The second round went to Jonathan. And finally, your winner, and still undefeated, it is Dave Troger. He stays undefeated. I'm very sorry for your loss. You'll get it one day. I know you will. But with that, it was a great debate, boys. But we will be going to a brand new segment, Sports Pictionary.
I still lost with this haircut.
Hello and welcome to the brand new segment of Halftime on the Hudson. It is Sports Pictionary, so someone from the crew will be drawing sports logos on the screen, and we're in teams of 2. It's Jordan and Dave versus me and Jonathan, which, I got a little bit of a handshake going. All right, so how this will work, someone from the crew will draw something, and we will have to, whoever makes a noise first gets to guess first. Whoever gets the point will keep the point, and we'll go as many rounds as we feel suitable. So what is your guys' noise?
Our noise is yeah.
Yeah, okay. And what is our noise? Ha! Ha. All right, cool. So let's get it started with the brand new segment, Sports Pictionary. It's Amanda. Patriots. Huh, Patriots.
Oh, he didn't even do it. He
Huh,
didn't even
Patriots. I got it.
He did it.
Let's
We got
go.
it.
All right,
got
let's
it.
go. Let's go.
It's got to be a violation of some
we're up.
sort.
Certainly.
All right, it's Kai drawing now.
Yeah. Come on, Kai. I believe in you.
Is there a way to look into the control room to cheat?
I think it's the Jets because they didn't show up.
Oh, we're getting an inside look to the control room.
Oh my God.
Oh, look at this.
I've never seen this before.
Oh, wait, we almost just saw the screen. She has it pulled up.
Can we get another angle of that?
It's only red pen, just so you guys know, and so the viewers
red
know.
pen?
And viewers, you can guess along
Okay.
with us. Huh, Bills. Huh, Ravens.
Oh, Ravens. Yeah, Ravens.
Let's go. Let's go.
That's on me, Dan. That's on me.
Let's go.
That's on me.
Up 2-0. Let's go. Let's
We're
go.
comeback kids.
We
All
got
right,
it. We got it.
So
we got
we're
it.
up 2-0. You guys very lacking. Wonder how the viewers are doing back at home. We're doing this. We got this. All right, so we're just waiting for our next drawer to reach their position.
Way to loosen up here.
In.
Yeah. Really get
All right,
this.
Kyla is drawing now.
Kyla, okay.
All right, here we go. Oh. Ha,
Yeah.
Seahawks.
Wow, JJ. Wow,
Way to
JJ.
speed up.
This is insane.
This is domination.
All right. We're going to NHL.
It was the
We're
point.
switching to
It was the
NHL.
point.
We're going to
Switching-
No
NHL.
more
Okay,
NFL.
okay.
We're going to
Yeah.
NHL. This is not good. I don't know if you know NHL, but I don't.
I can get it.
I got no idea.
JJ, openly
I know the
admitted
Rangers, and that's
they don't
about
lose
it.
this.
All right.
Who's our drawer?
Not sure yet. We're still waiting for our drawer to come on. It's Amanda drawing now. All right. Brandon, ready?
Make sure to get
All right, here we go.
The Devils.
Oh my. Is it 4-0 right now?
Jersey, baby.
Are you
Jersey.
Guys, like, okay, do you guys need to, like, swap out Brandon for one of you guys? Like, this isn't working well. You know what? I'll let Brandon join your team for this round of NHL.
It's a charity
move
right
this
here.
way, move this way.
This is a charity. They need a charity because we're dominating.
It's like the free throw line right now.
Yeah.
That was
But
a good I mean, I don't know. It's just like
the horns gave it away.
Yeah.
All right, this is Kai drawing now. All right, here we go.
Come on, Kai.
If this is a hard one, they said.
Kings.
Yeah, Kings. Yeah, Kings.
All right, Brandon, you could go. This is
Yeah,
unfair.
Kings! There's one, baby.
That was easy. It's the Chevy logo.
Okay, Brandon will go over there.
All right, Brandon. All right, you gotta say yeah.
Oh.
Yeah before you say the name.
All right.
Great job.
All right, so it's now it's 4-1. You guys got the best NHL expert in now.
Oh man.
It's like they're using steroids. They're using steroids over there.
All right,
This is pretty impressive. We haven't even gotten.
we're switching to college hockey teams. I'm
College
getting
hockey?
word we're
So just
switching
college
to
logos.
college logos. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I got this one.
Marist Red
Here,
Foxes.
move this way. Move this way.
Yeah, Maris.
Marist. Jason Myers.
This is a college logo.
Ha! Arizona State.
Wait,
Let's go!
What are we playing against? This guy's cheating.
Let's
I-
go!
I could have.
What is this?
Woo! That's a trident.
I know it's a trident.
You can't quiz me on college teams. I got that in the bag.
Producer, can we new?
Let's do AHL
category,
logos.
baseball?
Do the American Hockey
No,
League.
let's. Absolutely not.
ECHL. Let's go. Orlando
We're staying with college.
Orlando
Absolutely not.
Solar Bears.
We're not going to MLB. We're staying in
Producer said
college.
Absolutely not.
Ha! Marist Red Foxes. Got it.
Yeah, Maris.
Ha! Jason Myers. No, sorry, my fault. All right, here we go. Wait, almost. Here we go. This is a hard one.
They said it was the hard one, the last one.
They do not have a college hockey team, is what I just got word of.
Okay.
This is Ryder. Ha! Ryder.
What?
Yup.
6-1.
Come on.
6-1. How many we got left?
Can we go back to NHL?
All right, Lucas is going next. Are we staying college? Is that the word from the control room? He's not telling us what league.
Okay,
So
that's
this is
good.
a
That-
free
This
could
for
be
all.
anything.
This could be
could be
MLB,
anything.
NHL, college, soccer,
Ooh, soccer.
cricket. I don't know if cricket has logos, but please don't do cricket. Can we do? I say we do some NBA.
Cricket's usually country.
Oh.
We haven't done NBA
Let's
yet,
do
so
NBA.
Lucas
Let's
wants to do
say NBA.
I'm gonna need you to
I
carry me
got
on
this.
that.
I
I'm
got
not.
this. I got this. He might do NBA. He might not. This might be
Okay.
something. This might be a.
He might do American Hockey League.
This might be a water polo team for all we know.
Could be. This is basketball, or we have no idea.
We have no idea. Ha! Ducks.
St. Peter's. Yeah, St. Peter's. Yeah, St. Peter's.
Ha! Kraken.
Not Kraken. I said
Oh,
Kraken.
Kraken.
He said it. He said it
I
first.
said it.
Jordan got that
review?
first.
Send it
No,
to New
no,
York.
you got it. You got it. Point you.
I thought he was.
Go,
I thought
6-2.
he was gonna go St. Peter's.
Yeah, Kraken.
I thought it was a duck.
That's what.
All right,
You
we're.
had gotten Ducks.
That's why I said St.
All right,
Peter's.
we got two more left. It's 6-2. So.
Can we make these? We gotta make these double.
All right, we're gonna
points.
make
Double
we're gonna
points.
make these last rounds double points. So if you guys are to get both right, we will tie it and go to a sudden death.
Sudden death.
But if you lose one, it's over.
Okay.
All right. So what league do you guys want?
The American Hockey League.
I kind of like the mystery. I say we go mystery.
Mystery.
Mystery's the
We're gonna
fairest way to
keep
do
it
it.
mystery. Any team is open. It's double points. If we get one, we win. If you guys get both, we go to sudden death.
Oh, we're going.
Oh, we're going already.
It could be the Islanders.
Ha! Jets.
That'd be terrible, Jets.
Winnipeg Jets. Yeah, Winnipeg
Yeah,
Jets. No.
What is
Ohio State.
That's
What is this?
what the hell? Wait.
Avalanche.
No, it's definitely not the Avalanche. No, not the Mavericks.
Yeah.
Our screen just went out.
Mac logo.
Mac.
Yeah, Mac. The MAAC.
That's I did not know.
The
Wow.
Mac logo from the sidelines, Dave.
Wow. Dave, that was a
Dave
great.
came through
I was not expecting conferences. That was not.
By the
on my
way, that
bingo
is
card.
definitely not the Avalanche logo. Maybe
I thought those were mountains.
it could.
I thought those
If
were
you're doing their
mountains.
Stadium Series like jersey thing from 20, then maybe.
Like you can't tell me those look like until they put the cross over the A. All right, so 1 round left. If we get this, we win. If you guys get it, we go to a final round sudden death.
Yeah, we're going.
We're going. All right.
Pirates.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pirates. Yeah, Phillies. Yeah, PWHL. No. Wait, what? Oh!
Let's go.
What is the PHWAL?
Respect the Professional Women's Hockey League.
How do you not know the
Res-
PHL? We're tied, baby.
You gotta
We're all tied up.
So I lied. We were not doing double points, so we actually won.
shut
I'm joking. We'll go to sudden death.
Get it, Lucas.
We'll go to sudden death. What is this logo gonna be?
Let's get a little more specific.
It's random again.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, the Arizona Coyotes.
Marbles, right?
All the marbles.
The Hartford Whalers.
Let's run it.
Come on, baby.
Ha Marist.
It looks like Marist.
Ha Marist.
Yeah, Marist.
He just said fox in my ear.
Yeah, Marist.
This has to be Maris.
It has to be Maris. Yeah, Maris.
Is there any other
We
Fox
said
logo?
Marist already.
I mean, there probably is. Not that looks like that. It's
That's Ha
Maris.
Marist.
Wait.
The Red Foxes.
It's not.
Ha Red Foxes.
It's not.
What on earth is that?
Yeah, Royals. Yeah, Kings.
Yeah, a splatter next to a home plate.
P. Yeah, Royals.
Ha Red Foxes.
Yeah, Red Fox Report.
Ha Red Fox Report.
Yeah,
No.
Fox report! I think we got that.
Yeah, you did.
We got that.
Wait, can we go to a booth review?
The best comeback since the
Wait.
2025 Stadium Series.
Booth review.
Review
Was
it.
that me or Brandon first?
It was me.
We got a Ya Red Fox.
Han,
report.
we're getting an official decision
got a
very
Ya Red
soon.
Fox report.
We're getting a
Boys, first of all, no matter what happens,
Hey.
what a game.
What a game.
I mean, what a game.
What a game.
Absolutely incredible.
What a game.
so it was an awesome match. I think that was a lot of fun. I think we were getting Lucas in.
Decision?
Lucas, what is the
VAR.
official booth review? Oh, he's getting it on camera. Come on.
So thank you everyone for a great debut segment of Sports Pictionary on Halftime on the Hudson. But the winner is Brandon's team.
Yes! Let's go,
He was the
boys!
first
Let's
to name
go!
the Red Fox Report
go!
logo.
Let's go, Red Fox Report, baby.
I carried with that
I'm glad for you
PWHL,
guys.
guys.
It's
That was
really-
a great,
thank you, Lucas.
great debut
Really
segment.
appreciate the
Good game.
segment.
It was a great debut segment. It was a great show in general.
You didn't do anything, but
Thank you. For,
Hey, you're useless.
Thank you to absolutely everyone. This was last minute. Thank you to Brandon for coming on and giving us some NHL
Behind the
insight.
scenes,
Everyone
thank you so
behind the
much.
scenes. Lucas putting everything together. Between Red Fox Report, go check that out. Halftime on the Hudson. For Dave, Brandon, Jordan, Jonathan, JJ, and everyone behind the scenes, thank you so much. And we'll see you next time on Halftime on the Hudson.